Welcome to another meeting of TVholics Anonymous. Welcome to another meeting of TVholics Anonymous. My name is Ruru and I am a TVholic. Yes, my voice is going to be up and down, crackly and crazy because I'm still recovering from the flu or cold or whatever it is that plagued me and Mimi. Mimi's not here. She's still trying to recover. She lost her voice and she needs to heal up. But today I just wanted to talk about, I just watched an episode of Summer House and I was infuriated and irritated and I had to get my feelings and thoughts out about it. So I know I have not made any episodes because we've been sick and we've been busy and stuff about Summer House so far, but I have some things to say. I know I personally did recap by myself the first episode of season 1 of Summer House, not season 1, episode 1 of season 10 this year of Summer House, but I have not talked about it since then. I just want to talk a bit about some of the episodes, like this latest episode, episode 4, and episode 3 as well. Let's just talk about it. And episode 2. Kyle Cooke. I've never liked Kyle Cooke and Amanda together. He is super gross. He's always farting on her and hot, belligerent drunk, and always blaming everyone else for all his problems, and he's stressed so he blames everyone else in the house. This isn't even your close family or friends. This is people that you're on a TV show with, and they are your co-workers in TV, and also some of them are new people each year. There's a few people that are new each year, and you're just trauma dumping on them constantly on these people, and it's so gross the way he behaves. And he's almost 50 and he's still behaving like a frat boy, like he's at university, and he's just constantly out drinking every night. He's constantly out partying. He needs a lot of validation, attention. He needs the whole house. He thinks that he's the head of the house. Or what did Jack say on Vanderpump Rules? The top guy or something of the group, the best guy in the group, number one guy in the group. That's what he thinks he is, and it's just gross. He gives off middle-age crisis, vibes like that. And he's just, the way he treats Amanda is disgusting. The way he treats everyone is pretty bad because he thinks that he's above everyone, really, because he constantly, like I said, is trauma dumping on everyone. But the fact that no one really calls him out, I think this season people are going to start calling him out, and slowly, bit by bit, Sierra has a little bit, West did a bit, I don't know if it's to his face, West, I can't remember, or if that was behind his back, but I also know that Jesse did as well behind his back. A lot of people have been saying stuff behind his back, but no one's not a lot of people have confronted him yet. I know that in the previews they show that he has some kind of situation, confrontation kind of sitch with his so-called best mate that he used to work with, Carl Radke. So I don't know how that goes, but Carl is feeling grossed out by the way that, Kyle is pretending not to be an alcoholic, which he clearly is. And he keeps yelling things to Amanda oh, you're trying to make me out to be an alcoholic, like I'm a gross alcoholic, not thinking that Carl is actually an alcoholic. And, just the way Kyle is moving is really giving me Mauricio vibes, because Mauricio is also trying to be a DJ, and I know that Mauricio went to one of Kyle Cooke's, gigs, DJ gigs, and I think this is a whole gross look at all the men on Bravo, really, because all the men on Bravo are just like this, PK's like this, all the Vanderpump Rules guys are like this, even the new cast of Vanderpump Rules. I'm hopefully going to do an episode of that as well, but maybe I'll just wait until the season totally ends with the reunion and stuff. But yeah, Yeah, and then PK, and then Mauricio, and then all the Vanderpump Rules guys, us, all the Southern Charm guys as well, all the Below Deck men, all the housewives, husbands, all the shows basically. All the men are like disgusting. Is this just a reflection of what men are like in America? Because it just looks like disgusting. Like the way they behave is like, ugh. Rather not have a man from America if that's the way they're gonna like behave and like interact with others and generally be like douches and gross. Physically gross, mentally gross, and everything gross. I'd rather not. Also, I just think that, you know, it's Kyle feels entitled to be on this show at this point. I think Bravo should have and could have booted him off a long time ago, but he is very entertaining because of all his temper tantrums. That's why probably they keep him around because, like, I'm guessing, like, single-handedly creates ratings for the show because every year it's just like Kyle having a tantrum at someone. Normally, like, he had a fight with Carl one time in the house. He had a fight with you know, other people in the house. I think one time he was having a fight with what's his name? Luke. He's had it out. Oh, Lindsay, multiple spats with Lindsay as well. It's gross. Like, why is he fighting with women as well? And now he's getting his like like his hair standing on end because Sierra dares to kind of like confront him and like kind of like tell a truth about the way he's behaving disgustingly towards his wife that he like supposedly loves and supposedly cares about. He's gaslighting Amanda this whole season so much. That fight that they had on the beach was horrific, where he was like complaining, like talking to a producer and like saying, I can't handle it anymore. And then he ran off into the ocean and came back out. It's clear that he's cheating on Amanda and he's just like doing whatever the hell he likes every day. And the fact that he slept at a fan's house overnight and like Amanda's just trying to, and he kind of like keeps trying to throw Amanda under the bus by saying that she's like smoking weed every day and she's so disorganized and I had to get her mother to come over and clean up the house for us and all that. It's all disgusting. That being said, I think that Amanda should have left him a long, long time ago because this is like a disgusting man. Firstly, he's like disgusting, like physically, like all the farting and burping like on her when he's drunk in the bed and everything, and the belligerent drunkenness everywhere, and like he's clearly got issues, temper issues. He's also got other issues, like he can't handle stress, and he is probably an alcoholic and he's probably cheating on her and he has cheated on her in the past, but yet he still convinced her somehow to get married to him. I just can't. It blows my mind how crazy people are in this day and age, even though there's so much social proof, so much evidence everywhere that he is probably, I would say, like, I'm 90% convinced that this man is cheating on her because it's just there's no way that he's not. In my mind, there's no way. The signs are all there. The signs are clear and everything is very evident that this man is not faithful, and that's why I've noticed that especially on these shows, on Bravo TV shows, when men cheat, they normally start like treating the woman that they've cheated on like crap as well and trying to act like it's their fault, or just like trying to give the woman that they're with the ick, basically. So they can make her like the villain, because if she starts shouting at them and starts trying to saying that we should break up and stuff like that, it's not really their fault. Like they try and scapegoat it in that way. But Amanda, you should have like known better. But we all make mistakes. But this is a very long, expensive, tedious mistake, and like I feel bad for her that he keeps like telling her that she's not good enough and this and that, and she really doesn't feel it. She feels like crap, and she feels like there's no one that would ever want her. I think he's just like destroyed her mentally for now. Anyway, I hope she just gets back on the wagon and like starts, dating like aggressively dating loads of different guys and gets herself out there. Amanda, if you're listening to this, I'm hoping that you find yourself a nice guy and settle down and, do what you want to do. You wanted to have kids and you wanted to like raise them in New Jersey. You were saying like near your parents. I hope that happens for you. Also, let's talk about some other people in the show. I know Kyle kind of like monopolized this, episode probably, but I have like a bone to pick with other people in the show. So Carl this season, normally I'm always like really irritated by Carl because Carl's like doing something crazy, or like, like all the seasons when he was like all like coked up and alcoholed up, he was like crazy. But since he's been sober, I think the major thing that he did wrong was the whole Lindsay situation, and I feel like last season was pretty bad as well. But this season, I feel like he's the voice of reason in the house for some reason, because I think he's got his himself together pretty well. He's the most, out of the guys, I feel like he's the most stable looking guy there. Apart from the new guy Ben, but I think the new guy Ben just looks a bit lost. I don't know why everyone thinks he's so attractive. I don't find him attractive at all. I think he's really like basic looking, and he just looks like Matthew McConaughey. It's not really doing anything for me. The new girls, I feel like I don't know the blonde new girl, what her name was. There's Bailey and Levi or Levi. Yeah, the blonde girl, you can see that she's like has a lot of trauma in her, and that's why she's like oversharing and like really anxious about stuff. And the other girl, she just came out of a long-term relationship as well, so her only relationship, I believe it was. So yeah, we don't really see much of her on camera compared to the blonde girl, but I kind of like the blonde girl. She's a bit annoying, but I do like her as well. I feel like she's a good person. I don't think she's like a horrible demon person like some of the other people in this cast. Who else do I want to talk about? Yeah, so Ben, Australian. Yeah, he's not really. I don't understand what the thing is about him. Maybe he looks different in person or what, but it's not really translating to me. And I feel like Ben really is into Amanda, and he's just waiting around to see what happens with Amanda and Kyle. And now that they're broken up, I think that if they keep him for next season on the show, depending how boring or not he is on this season, I think that Amanda and him, Ben, might actually hook up or date or something, because there's a lot of like chemistry there between them. Wes, like, I hate him and I need him to be off the show. He looks like the Cowardly Lion. He never grooms himself well. Like, he always looks like he's never showered. He looks like greasy, sweaty, and no. Bravo, there's never any hot men on Bravo. That's what I feel. There's never anyone who's attractive. I've never found myself attracted to any of the men on Bravo. That is saying a lot. Okay, so yeah, so I think that West needs to go, and he's a terrible person, and I hated what he did to Sierra. Jesse. Now, Jesse is constantly flirting since last season with Sierra, and you could tell that he wanted to be with, like, be with is a strong thing to say, but he wanted to at least, hook up with or like see, like play house with Sierra, and he couldn't because that was his friend's ex. But now, in this episode 4, he asked in front of all the guys, West, if he could, have a crack at Sierra, and West didn't really say much, and then he went back and discussed it with the guys, and then he came up with a little plan saying that, oh no, everyone found it weird and so do I, and I don't really think it's a good idea. And then Jesse was like, well, I am my own person, I'm going to do it anyway, kind of situation. Jesse is gross in that way. He's not following bro code, but really, what is bro code? Like men saying that you can't have her because I had her before and things like that. It's gross, disgusting, toxic, like masculinity. But Jesse's not serious. He just wants to get in Sierra's pants, and that's it. And then once that happens, he's gonna like slowly like fade away, like he did with, like, move away from her, fade out of her life, like he did with Lexi. Sierra knows this deep down, and I hope she does not fall into the Jesse trap, because Jesse is just like a cheesy car salesman, and he's like, "Yeah, so it's Sierra, I really want to be with you," and he just grosses me out. Like, ugh, he's just like, ugh. He just, I feel like he's like, I feel like all the men on this show, all the men on Bravo, but all the men in this show particularly, are like a petri dish of like STDs. They're like, oh, just like walking, talking STDs, and I think people need to get away from them. Like the girls on this show need to get away from them. Now let's just move on to Sierra. I love Sierra. I think she can do no wrong most of the time on this show, and I loved her on like the Winter House, and then when she did the Traitors last year. I think she's amazing, and I think she deserves better than people like Wes and Jesse, and also that other demon, what's his name? Um, Austin. So I really hope she finds a nice guy and she can settle down with him, and someone that treats her right and is very respectful of her, because like none of the men on Bravo are respectful. So I think she should definitely look elsewhere other than Bravo for a good relationship, because Bravo is gonna just send you like terrible toxic males. I want to talk about KJ as well. I really like KJ so far, but this episode when he had those two girls sitting on him, and then he was like, "I liked it," but then I thought, "Oh no, my mum's gonna hate this." And I think I'm not sure now. I thought he was a nice guy, but I just have a feeling that he could be like a toxic male in disguise. I don't know. I hope he proves me wrong, because I was really liking his personality before. Now, who else do I have to talk about? Let me think about this. Lindsay. I love that they had Lindsay in this episode. Before, they've only had her this season, like on the phone, like talking to the girls. I like the fact that the girls seem like a strong unit this season, and that Lindsay's part of that situation. I love Lindsay's personality in general. Like, she's very strong and she knows what she wants. She's a go-getter, and I feel like that is great for this show. And because there's so many disgusting men on this show that are very toxic, and you need a strong woman who's going to put them in their place, because obviously Amanda's just like, Kyle, like just doing that all day long, like following Kyle's like grossness, and just okay with whatever he does. And then Sierra has been hurt a lot, so it's hard for her as well, but she's turned into such a strong, like amazing person as well. And I think that those three coming together, and with the new girls coming together as well, all of them, I think they can conquer the desperate, disgusting men on this show, and stand up to them. Who else? Yeah, and I really want to see Lindsay end up with someone really great for her as well, because she's been through a lot in her life, like her whole mum situation and all that, and then that whole horrific situation with Carl leaving her, basically breaking up with her just like weeks before the wedding and all that, and then never taking responsibility for that really, and everyone feeling so sorry for Carl, and like it was just disgusting. I just don't know what to say. Um yeah, and she's a new mum and everything, so, and she needs a job because she's not currently working, apart from, being on the show. So yeah, I hope that she's in the new show In the City, Lindsay as well. I know that Kyle's probably in it, and Amanda, but hopefully they're like living separately. They show like the transition of them to living separately on that show, because I want to see that. I want to see Amanda in her like new single hot girl era, and who she's dating and all that. And I don't want to see much of Kyle, because he's like a whole drunk old man mess. And it's true what everyone says, he never ages. I always thought that from season one. The amount he drinks and parties and he's up all night, how is he staying so youthful? I don't understand. It's like, is he a vampire? What's going on? Um, who else is there on this show? I think I covered everyone. Yeah, I think that's about it. Uh, I didn't like how everyone had to go out for Kyle's like DJ gig, and it was like till 4 in the morning, and then like he got pissed because Amanda didn't want to come because she was sick, and he was like, "Oh, I thought you'd rally." And God, just he's so irritating. I can't stand him. I also didn't like that weird thing that Wes organized in the city in New York. Like that whole date, bring a friend that you are happy for your other friends to like bang kind of situation. It's so gross and so toxic and so like ugh. I don't know what's wrong with people. Like I prefer to have genuine connections with people and not like, you know, disgusting situationships like all the toxic males do on these Bravo shows. It's really like it's making me feel sick watching Bravo, and I feel like I need a break from Bravo because the level of toxic masculinity on these shows is just getting out of control. So I don't want to like feel like I don't want to participate in this like nasty toxic behavior. That's all I have to say so far for this season. I am, grossed out, like I said, by the men. I'm loving the females on the show. I hope that they get closer and they unite and they basically get rid of all the men on the show. Maybe they could just do the house with like females next year and just like fire all the guys. Particularly Kyle and Wes, because I can't stand those two. They're like disgusting to me. Everyone else can probably stay, all the other guys, but I've got my like eyes on them. One wrong move and I'm gonna advocate for the rest of them to be fired too. Um, what else? What else? What else? What else? I am looking forward to the rest of this season. Summer House never fails to entertain me, and I can't wait till we watch In the City as well because that's gonna be another good one. I think, hopefully, fingers crossed. And I really, really want Paige to be part of that show. I really want to see what Paige's relationship is with Amanda and to see if Amanda and um what's her name? Who's that girl that was on the show before? Paige's co-host uh on the Giggly Squad. You know who I mean. Hannah, that's it, Hannah. Hannah Burner. I want to see if they reconnect because they broke up because of, crazy Kyle. And, Hannah was also crazy as well, but not as crazy as Kyle. Kyle is a very disgusting toxic male. Anyway, I'm digressing. If you haven't already, follow us. We're on all socials. Subscribe to the podcast. We're also on YouTube. You can listen to the podcast there as well. And we need 5-star reviews, guys, for the podcast. 5 stars. It's really important to us that we get 5 stars. You guys would be doing such a huge favor to us. So please, 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 please give us 5 stars on whatever you're listening to this podcast on, especially on Spotify, and share this with all your friends and family. That would be really, really helpful. And also like tweet it out, share it on Blue Sky or wherever you want to, basically share it with your friends and family, recommend us to people, and we'll be bringing out a lot more Korean content pretty soon. So Agents of Mystery is going to be out soon, and also we're going to finish up I was going to say Shahs of Sunset, but I mean the Valley Persian style as well. I've got one more episode to record without Mimi, and hopefully I'll do, like I said, Vanderpump Rules, because that after the reunion's over, I think there'll probably be a 2-part reunion for that. I can't believe they got a reunion. I have a lot to say about that show as well. I have done other podcast episodes about Vanderpump Rules this new season, so check those out as well. Southern Charm as well. I think I might do an episode in Southern Charm as well, but I don't want to lose my voice as well because I'm recovering from this like flu. So we'll see. Like I said, subscribe, 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 and we will be back really soon with some more Korean content as well. Some more also in Singles Inferno, we will be dropping a new episode very, very soon of Singles Inferno. And don't worry, we will get the full season recap. It's just we have to do it slowly because like we don't have time. Plus we're catching up on other work that we have that we missed when we were sick, and then also we're catching up on this, and then we're also trying to recover at the same time. So that's what's taking us a really long time to get all this done. So I hope you guys can understand, and we will be back very, very soon with some fresh, new, exciting content for you guys. And We will be putting some short clips up as well of our thoughts and stuff on everything going on so far, like this season on like Bravo shows and Korean shows. We will do some scripted Korean shows as well, but we just, like I said, we need to finish Singles Inferno. We also need to do the reunion of that as well, and Agents of Mystery. Hopefully, we'll be covering Culinary Class Wars pretty soon as well. So there's a lot to like come. So subscribe for all that. Bye.